Good evening, everyone, and welcome into our band show. We're back. It's our third episode, and I gotta say, we have an incredible show planned for you this evening. Now, I don't mean to sort of toot our own horn at the top here, but we have an incredibly talented musician. His name is Johnny Robert Manna from the Hudson Valley. I've known this dude for a long time. I won't bury the lead. He's a really good friend of mine, so this is a very special episode. Not only is he an amazing singer and amazing songwriter, we have a lot to talk about in his life and his journey. I mean, the man wears many hats. He is an aspiring lawyer. He's an all-around great human being. I think anyone that knows him will attest to loving him. And if you're just meeting him tonight, I promise you will be leaving here as a fan of Johnny's music. So without further ado, I am your host, Christian Evanko. This is our band show, and we are live with Johnny Robert Manna. Johnny, take us into your first song.
How's it going, Chris? Thank you so much for having me. Thank you very much for our band show for having me on tonight. So this first song I'm going to play is an original. It's called Making a Break, and I hope everyone watching likes it. Everybody knows it's gotta be your favorite song. Something to clear the table to while singing along. And I've never been the type to play for everyone, and half the time I hate everything I come up with. So give me the one step out again. Oh my gosh, making a break when they're not looking. What do we want? When do we want it? Now, 'cause we'll never get this chance again. It's here. No. Ever since December, it's been all non-stop. 100 unread messages and so much going on. And there's so much you can do alone's what I told Austin. And I can't believe I almost called that one song Homestead. So give me the one step out again. Oh my gosh, making a break when they're not looking. What do we want? When do we want it? Now, 'cause we'll never get this chance again. It's here. No. Be downstairs by 7 'cause I'm almost here. Everything in front of me has disappeared. And this clarity in everything's been overwhelming. And I must admit, it makes a difference that you're coming. So I made it to the stage with no time left. I'm very jealous of every small success. I must confess that I often stress, but try my best. So give me the one step out again. Oh my gosh, making a break when they're not looking. What do we want? When do we want it? Now, 'cause we'll never get this chance again. It's here. No.
Incredible. I mean, I knew that, of course, as seeing you play many times and playing many shows with you. But I hope everyone at home is enjoying it as much as I am. And I think they are, because, Johnny, like, you are a very interesting artist. I feel like the singer-songwriter umbrella is very broad, and I kind of dislike it for that reason. Because you're a singer-songwriter, but I can't necessarily pull from anyone who sounds specifically like you. It's very Johnny Robert Manna, excuse me. So I want to ask you in a few seconds here where your style comes from, your inspirations that you pull upon. But before we do that, I want to ask the audience, yes, you, right there at home. First of all, thank you guys so much for joining us. Once again, I'm your host, Christian Evanko. If you like what's going on here, we have a simple request, and we're hoping that with us giving you this stream in the holidays, you can give us a little something and like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. 4 easy steps. It's going to cost you absolutely nothing, and we'd greatly appreciate it if you guys could like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. We have an hour of music and conversation for you this evening. So without further ado, let's pick it up where we left off, Johnny. Talk about your sound. To anyone who's watching this stream for the first time, where are your influences? How do you see them play into your music, or maybe they don't? And just talk about what we're going to hear going forward this evening.
Yeah, I mean, just when writing music in general, I like the idea of not so much being held to a specific genre. Obviously, you write songs as well, so you can't always force it. Sometimes, after like a span of time or a few months of not writing, you kind of have to just get a few ideas out just to get back in the rhythm. But I feel like for the most part, like the best material that an artist has just sort of just comes to them when they're inspired. So, and that might not always be a specific genre unless you're trying to be a specific style. With my personal music, I sort of generally wait until I feel inspired, and then sometimes I'll write a song and I'll be like, oh, that sounds like this band that I really like, and then other times it ends up being completely different. So I like having that sort of variety. It also does vary a lot depending on what I'm listening to in the moment. There are some times where I will be like, I want to try to write a song like this genre or like this artist that I really like, but other times it comes out completely different. So the most difficult thing for me is when I'm putting out new music and it always says like, what are some artists that you sound like? And I always think like, I feel like that's so difficult to actually do because maybe one song of mine will sound like this artist, but and then another song of mine might be a completely different genre, completely different mood. So I think that when you're natural and just writing what inspires you, I think that's a good way to do it. And I think it makes it harder to figure out who exactly you sound like. In terms of my influences, obviously, my favorite all-time band growing up was and still is Green Day. And especially my earlier work, I did see a lot of similarity between what I was writing and even how I sounded and their music. Then I branched out a little bit more towards some indie music, more pop rock and alternative. So I like the idea of the artists that I listen to shaping my music, but I also like the idea of it being personal and specific to me too.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I think the whole like for fans of thing is great. I think it's better than, just saying specifically what do you sound like, but it does kind of pigeonhole you, especially with, I think, the catalog of songs you've chosen to play for us this evening. I mean, Making a Break, to me, it has like this upbeat energy, but it's got like a pop rock feel. You have some ballads coming down the pipeline, and I don't want to spoil anything else, so we'll leave it at that. But your sound isn't necessarily one beat, whereas for example, like a punk rock band, like it's pretty much all punk rock. There might be some songs that vary. That's why I think the singer-songwriter kind of beat, the singer-songwriter genre gets a bad rep. I don't know if you agree with me on that. I think we limit it too much by trying to label the type of musician that is just someone with their guitar. We kind of kill the expressiveness.
I mean, I like the label. What I like about the label singer-songwriter is it means like you just write songs. It doesn't say what type of song. You can write whatever you want, and it's still you being a songwriter. I'm glad I like being known as a singer-songwriter as opposed to like if I was to call myself an indie artist or an alternative artist or something like that. There's nothing wrong with artists who specifically label themselves to a genre, but with my work, I like casting as broad of a net as possible because then I feel like I can just put out whatever I write under that same category, and I don't feel like I have to make a new project for a different genre or something like that.
Yeah, I could see that too. I guess it's all subjective, and some people fare better with it than not. But talk about, some of the songs we have coming up here this evening. I think you chose a nice blend, but if someone is like listening to you right now, I know we're saying like don't talk about like, for fans of, but we can't help the way a lot of people think. I think we've set the tone as to like don't box you in. But what do you want them to know about your sound before we jump into more music here this evening?
Well, I'm definitely playing a mix. There are certain songs that I'm playing that aren't released yet. Some of them haven't even been recorded. Others have been recorded and there are release plans in the works. Others have recently came out and others have been out for years. So in terms of like my scope of writing, I feel like it definitely encompasses like a broad range of just the styles that I've written in. So I like that. And for the most part, a lot of the songs that, or most of the songs that I'm playing tonight have been based on specific situations and specific emotions that I have felt or have been about certain specific events in my life too. So I like the idea that they've been personal to me and they, I think, accurately encompass altogether my general style.
What is Making a Break about?
Well,
the song we just heard.
It's funny, actually. I wrote that song when I was in San Diego, California, a few summers ago. I interned there for the summer. And I don't know, it was sort of just like, I just wanted to have fun. I started playing open mics out there and I was like, I just want like, I don't know, the open mics I was playing, they were at bars. And when you're playing at a bar, you have to you can't play as soft as you might normally want to, or as some of your songs might be. You have to play something loud and like fast to get everyone's attention and to keep it. So I was like, okay, I need a fast, fun song like right now to play at these open mics that I found while I was in San Diego. And then I just sort of came up with that main chorus riff and Making a Break. And I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. And then I sort of just kept that energy throughout the whole song. And it was sort of about, I don't know, kind of about the emotions that I was feeling while being out there. And like, I have to just do as much as I can and just take chances and, just be myself too.
Make the most of the trip.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Nice. No, I hear that. And you kind of got like an awesome opener out of it.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I remember when we used to do the bar gigs, and we'll throw it to more music in a second here. I remember we would open up with Rolling Stones. What's the name of the song?
Sympathy for the Devil.
Sympathy for the Devil. Please allow me to introduce myself. That's a pretty hard opener to replace. The iconography speaks for itself of the tune. But I think in a way more unique Johnny Manna fashion, Making a Break is a very powerful song to punch in and start the show off. So I think you set the bar real high. With that said, though, we have a ton more selection of tunes for you this evening. So stick around. Johnny's whole catalog is phenomenal, and I personally love the set list he chose to play for you all this evening. But before we do that, one last time, I got to ask you guys here at the onset of the show to subscribe, to like, to comment, and of course, most importantly, share this video with a friend. It'll cost you $0, and it will greatly improve our happiness. I mean, it's the holidays. We're giving you this live stream. We hope you can give us back a little love, a little support if you're enjoying the show, because this is just a community-based show. I mean, it's for the love, it's for the passion. So help us spread our passion to the world. And of course, follow Johnny and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Follow him on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at Johnny_Manna. Johnny, what's the next batch of songs that you have for us this evening? And why don't you introduce the next tune for us?
Yeah, so the next song is called Losing August. I put it out, I think, spring of 2021. It's one that I personally really like.
It's one of my personal favorites.
And it is released, as I just mentioned, too. Unlike Making a Break, the first song I played, which hasn't been recorded yet, this song is out on Spotify, Apple Music. I think even Club Penguin got a hold of it somehow. So it's all over the sites. So this next song is called Losing August. Hope you guys like it. I shuffle every day through all the motions, leaving behind what's mine, and it's not quite holiday. Why should I wait? Seeing the best move on. There's friends I never see, so ahead of me, don't keep score. There's chances I will take, rules that I will break, don't mind me. Because losing August and blaming myself was no good help. But the world doesn't owe me. Keeping to the road is not always easy, with the rest of the ways you can go, and this world's in for a treat when we're all free. There's so much more to be seen, but then losing August and blaming myself was no good help. But the world doesn't owe me. I'm glad that you found me as someone who needs some more excitement in his life. I thank you. Losing August and blaming myself was no good help. But the world doesn't owe me. I'm glad that you found me as someone who needs some more excitement in his life. Oh, losing August and blaming myself was no good help. But the world doesn't owe me. I'm glad that you found me as someone who needs some more excitement in his life. I thank you. Losing August and blaming myself. Losing August was no good help, but the world doesn't owe me. Thank you. Hope you guys like that one. This next song is going to be another original that is currently released also on Spotify and Apple Music. The song is called Lay Me Down. I think I put this song out summer of 2021, so hope you guys like it. lay me down for a while alone. Please don't walk too loud. Don't let me know you're around. Take me down to the level where all your dreams are. Listen close to the tremors, the hearts we've all known. 'Cause it's true, I love you, but you made me do this. Ooh, don't want to, it just hurts to lose it. Forever, I just can't imagine. Ooh, whatever if I sleep still again. Please just tell me everything that I've been saying. Can I believe in myself? Just remind me there's no point in keeping secrets. Can you tell I'm freaked out? Hold me close, so forgetful. I'm wishing I was. Test me out, save another once I'm all washed out. 'Cause it's true, I love you, but you made me do this. Ooh, don't want to, it just hurts to lose it. Forever, I just can't imagine. Ooh, whatever if I sleep still again. Cause that look in your eyes says that we're still alive, but I know that it's not worth it. I just wish that I knew how to think like myself in these moments. Like I'm homesick, never know what to say or if things will be okay, but it's going and I'm for it. Full of life and excitement, it's nice, oh, you should try it. I could die here. 'Cause it's true, I love you, but you made me do this. Ooh, I want to, it just hurts to lose it. Forever, I just can't imagine. Ooh, whatever, let me sleep still again. Thank you. So this next song is actually going to be another original, and for this song, I would like to welcome a good friend of mine, Allison Robbins, to accompany me. This song is called That's Just Life, and I hope you guys like it.
What's going on with this? There we go.
You got it.
We're good. Hello, everybody.
Once again, this is Allison Robbins. She's incredible, and this song is called That's Just Life. Ready? I count all of the lines out on the pavement as I walk. My rhythm doesn't like it, but my mind, it is made up. I stare right out the window in a crowded room. My body present, but my head is through the roof. Thinking, who am I to get so bitter all the time? It's just that bright and sunny sky. I'll blame the light that's in my eyes, but I see through the mask that I've given to myself. And love just might be selfish, but why leave it for someone else? Oh, that's just life. You've grown used to my humor, and I'm quite surprised that you're still laughing as you look me in my eyes. Don't mind the way I sleep with the blanket as a hood. Wasn't sure if my fears could be understood. Isn't it nice? I mean that bright and sunny sky, the pleasant feeling in your mind when you see through all the simple little flaws that can be found inside us all. Oh, that's just life. I have to restart songs when I'm sitting at red lights. It's not always the same when I'm not in the left lane. And I contemplate the things I said the night before with reluctant apologies when you think there can't be more. Isn't it nice? I mean that bright and sunny sky, the pleasant feeling in your mind when you see through all the simple little flaws that can be found inside us all. Oh, that's just life. It's just that bright and sunny sky. I'll blame the light that's in my eyes, but I see through the mask that I've given to myself. And love just might be selfish, but why leave it for someone else? Oh, that's just life.
You guys absolutely sound incredible together.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. Allison, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's been
course.
a blast.
I'm glad you think so. We're having a lot of fun back here on the production side.
Looks like it.
As a musician myself, man, I'm just finding it so hard not to just pull my acoustic out, plug in, and start jamming with you. Especially because I know the lead guitar parts for that song.
You wrote the lead guitar parts for the song.
I did, yeah. We're going to
Fun
record
fact.
it soon. We're going to record it soon. But guys, speaking of recording, which is a derivative of the word record, we have a record number of people watching live right now. Everyone in the chat. Hello, don't be shy. Comment, say hello, say hi to Johnny, say hi to Allison, put a cow emoji if you're loving tonight's performance as much as we are. Because I gotta tell you, we have so many more tricks up our sleeves, so stick around, stick with us. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with a friend. It would greatly help us. We would really appreciate it. And spread a little holiday cheer. That would make me happy. But I'm also very happy as well to introduce my co-host, my partner in crime, the one, the only, our producer, Patrick Huber. Welcome to the show, man.
Hey, Christian. I totally missed your toss to the subscribe down below. So it's on there late. It's actually as we speak. So even if you're late, we love those subscriptions. I'm pretty sure Johnny would love some subscriptions as well, right? Or some followers or whatever on those platforms.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
And Pat, it's totally okay, man. You're doing so much back there. I want everyone to know that Pat is not only now currently in the mix hosting, having to enter the conversation, he's doing the switching. He's helping the cameramen, assisting them live as we speak. He's also, got a good ear, and he even assists in the audio department. So he's juggling.
I think the question, Christian, is am I helping the camera folks, or are they helping me and doing a really fantastic job? Rich Herzberg and Eric Greenup, I'm going to do the shout out right now, because without them, we would not be in a good technical spot that we're in.
That's true. We also got to shout out Kyle, who was with us earlier, Jason Staff, who is unfortunately a little under the weather right now, but is a huge part of this production behind the scenes, and of course, the one, the only, Tom Paisano, he's quality control right now, and listen, Tom is a man of quality, and that's why I think you put him on quality control. But what else is quality is this musical performance we're getting this evening in the studio. So, Allison, Johnny, thank you again so much. I almost was going to say welcome, but at this point, we're locked and loaded. We're in. I remember Johnny was scrambling to find someone. He was like, I'm going to find someone. He almost flew in someone from Nashville, I think, at some point to sing with him. Allison, I think it all worked out perfectly that you're here because your voice just goes so well with Johnny's. But why don't you guys talk about how this came to be? Because it was rather spur of the moment, spontaneous. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thank you again for having us. And yeah, so a lot of my originals are duets. So when I had the opportunity to play here for our band show, I kind of was thinking it'd be nice to have someone to accompany me on some of those duets. So then through a mutual friend that I met at Pace Law School, I met Allison. And I knew that she was into music. I knew that she had written songs. I knew that she sung. So I just reached out to her and was just like, hey, like, would you be interested in doing that? And it was last minute too. But then in just a matter of a few weeks, Allison practiced all the songs and memorized all the lyrics like for today. So she's been great and incredibly talented.
I got to say, it's so impressive when, and Allison, I kind of am curious here as to how you're doing this because Johnny knows that I notoriously can't remember the lyrics to
your songs
I've written and performed live for years. So the fact that like Johnny told me this morning, yeah, that bringing a music stand comment, that was stupid. Like she doesn't need it. And I was like, really? She just started playing with you like 3 days ago. He's like, trust me, dude, she doesn't need it. And you clearly don't. So, I mean, talk about this process for you, Allison. You know, I don't know what you were going to be doing prior on Saturday night, but now you're here on a live stream and it's absolutely incredible. We're thrilled to have you. But I mean, what's been this process of sort of forging this musical bond and playing here with Johnny tonight?
You know, first of all, thank you so much again for having me. I would say, you know, I was definitely nervous because I was like, you know, mainly because of the lyrics. I'm like, oh my goodness, a week to memorize? And we were having a conversation like, maybe I can have a music stand so I can read. And I was like, I don't know. I don't think I want to do that because, I don't know, I should memorize your songs. So actually, That's Just Life, which we just performed, I learned that 2 days ago.
Wow.
Like the lyrics, memorized it.
You know, it's funny. I still use a music stand for songs I've played hundreds of times now. I can't seem to memorize anything, let alone something 2 days prior. But it's obvious you've been singing and performing before just playing with Johnny because your voice, it screams veteran and seasoned performer. So, I mean, we don't have time for the full story, but like, I'd love to know at least a little bit about your musical background, where you're coming from.
Yeah, of course. So as a kid, I just grew up singing. I would actually like harmonize with my best friend. I don't even know, like in elementary school. And so I started taking voice lessons. I'm not sure at what age, but pretty much I started learning how to play piano at 13. So I was singing prior to that. I started writing music at 13 as well. So it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's just always been a part of my life.
Wow. So we might have to have the Allison Robbins episode of our band show then.
Ooh.
I mean, do you have music released currently, or are you working on anything? Any originals?
Yeah, I have a few songs in the works, and I'm aiming to have one of them out in 2023. So.
Wow. Okay. So we'll keep our eyes peeled, and your Instagram and stuff is at Allison Robbins, if I'm correct, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Awesome. So, Pat, I want to throw it to you now, man. You're a man of many tastes, and I can tell you're vibing back there. But what about today's production, aside from it being stripped down, acoustic, maybe a little festive, is really locking you in? Because I see you rocking out there, but get me in your headspace, Pat.
Well, I think when genre came up, the singer-songwriter, Christian understood my glare of like, that doesn't really mean anything. But I think, Johnny, you articulated it really well, that it means that you're not really genre specific, that you are writing songs, that you're experimenting and really kind of have a flavor across the board. So I like that definition, and this whole experience of Johnny Manna on our band show has kind of brought me into this understanding of this genre. One of the things when I was looking up, Johnny and digging deep into his music, where it was like his music videos really struck me first. And, I think one of the ones that's predominantly on your website is sort of this like journey into Narnia or something like that, or whatever that movie was from the 90s. Was it The Never-Ending Story, right? With the giant like fluffy thing that they're flying on all the time. So in terms of your music videos, Johnny, I just wanted to ask, like, what's your inspiration for those? Like, do you have like a creative team that you always work with, or how do you get to these cool like fantasy moments, for your visual style?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, that's a good question. Thank you, Pat. I love doing music videos. I had done a few starting off that were just performance videos of just me playing the song, sometimes with a band, sometimes by myself, and those are a lot of fun too. And it's cool to get to sort of visualize the song like that, especially if it's a full band song, and have it come to life that way. But then I started wanting to be able to use music videos as sort of another creative outlet, and to actually be able to have them add something new that you don't necessarily get from the song. And with my videos, that came with starting to write plots and add more B-roll to my music videos. And then, luckily I was introduced to a very talented videographer named Lawton Meyer, and he just loves diving into those ideas. I will literally just pitch him like a rough idea of like, for this song, I want to be getting haunted by a ghost. And then at the end I get captured. And then he is the one who sits down and actually writes the script and like maps it all out. So he does like a lot of the heavy lifting, honestly, because he just loves it so much. And I've always loved the finished products. The one thing though about those music videos is that they are a lot of work and they take a long time. So I ended up, as of right now, I'm only able to really do like one music video a year, just because they take so long and it takes so much planning. But no, it's a lot of fun. With that video specifically, that's the video for my song Easy Street. And that ended up coming out completely different than the original idea that I had pitched for what could happen with the video. I didn't even pitch anything about like medieval times or anything like that. That was not my idea at all. And then he sent me the script that he came up with for it, and I was like, whoa, like this is very different. Honestly, I was a little bit on the fence of like, do I really want to like dress up as like a knight or whatever and like duel someone, and like what does like the mannequin mean in the video? But ultimately, I'm glad that we did. I really like how it came out, and we are sort of in the process of working on another video, which will hopefully be done sometime in the spring. So really excited for that. But just in general with music videos, I like them as sort of another outlet and a way to just add another layer to the song. And I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you definitely sort of rethink your songs in your music videos. It's cool. I'm one who enjoys the traditional performance music video, but I also like, again, in a song called Easy Streets, where I don't think you thought about, the Chronicles of Narnia, as Pat said, while you were writing it, but the video kind of lends itself to that. I do enjoy how you let the people you collaborate with really do their thing, kind of like right now. You've always been easy to work with. We're producing an album together, and it's been an absolute pleasure to write those songs with you. But you were talking about finding the time, and the reason I bring up our album is because I'm sure we both would love to have just gone day in, day out and finished it up in 3 weeks, but we're both busy guys. We can't just do that. And how the heck do you manage law school? Do you manage, like paying your rent, surviving, and just like being here right now, Johnny?
I don't manage it.
It's absolutely insane, because what is the number one thing you hear about law school? You're going to study and study and study until your eyes fall out, then you're going to study some more. And you're here, and you have finals on Monday still? I mean, what is that? Music's obviously important for you. How do you make the time to keep it such a big part of your life while achieving such like a very hard thing to do, which is graduate law school?
Yeah, I mean, one thing that it was really important to me when I was starting law school, that I didn't want it to hinder my creative passions too much. So one thing that I did that sort of helped with that is obviously we have summer breaks, we have winter breaks. So I would try to stockpile material and record during my breaks so that I wouldn't have to worry about scheduling time for that during the semesters. That's mainly what I did during the first year. And then the workload did lighten up a little bit, so I was able to have a little bit more time. But one thing that I did enjoy about being a musician while in law school is the fact that it made it so that my mind wasn't only focused on writing music. My mind was focused on something completely different. So then it made it more of a relief and like relaxing to sit down at the end of the day and play music and take out my guitar or try to write a song, because it felt like it was just using like both halves of my brain. Like, okay, here's like the quote unquote critical thinking part of like your law school brain, and now here's going to the creative side of the brain. And it just felt like, as opposed to if I wasn't in law school and was just writing songs every day, I might get burnt out, or it might get old. But with school too, it felt like I was able to snap in and out of it a lot easier, and it made it more fun, and it made it more of an outlet, I think.
Yeah, I laugh there because I just recall being that person who lived and died by every single decision I made for my art, for my music. And I remember calling you one night very upset, very defeated, very frustrated. And I was like, should I pursue this full time anymore? And you know, the tail end of that conversation was, it's not giving up if it's no longer the only thing you have. In fact, I think having other things like our band show, like my own education and such, has made it so that the pursuit for the art and the moments that I get to do it is so much sweeter. And honestly, I think stronger. I can enjoy it more. Therefore, I don't overthink little things. And so I totally resonate with that. Well said. Well said. So, guys, I mean, I don't know. Pat, did you have anything else you wanted to chat about this evening? Because I'm also dying to hear more music, but I'm having a great time talking as well. So it's always tough threading that needle.
Yeah, Christian, I think, I think I'm ready to jam. I think our audience is ready to jam. So I think say we get back to it.
Yeah, let me shout out the chat real quick, because we do have some people unconventionally, but we'll take it because we love you guys. And it doesn't matter where you message us, as long as you interact when we go live and show us some love. We got 2 Instagram users. We got Juliana and Call Me Jose dropping cows. So gotta love it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We want to thank everyone on the YouTube chat who's hanging out with us. Drop a cow, drop a little, celebratory emoji if you're enjoying this performance as much as we're enjoying giving it to you guys. And with that said, one last time, I want to ask you all to like, comment, subscribe. Please follow us across all socials at our band show. Share this video with a friend. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it will mean the world to us, I promise. I am Christian Ivanko. You can follow me across all socials at Christian Ivanko. Ivanko spelled Evanko. I also make music. I've written music with Johnny. I've played for Johnny before. Johnny's played with me. So if you like what you're hearing on the hosting side, I have podcasts. I have music, which you can find at Christian Ivanko. Be sure to subscribe to all of the crew. Everyone has socials. They'll be linked in the video. And before we go into this last batch of songs, Johnny and Allison, talk to the audience. Tell them where they can find you guys, keep up to date with you guys, and what to expect going forward one last time.
Yeah, so all my social medias are just Johnny Manna mainly. That's JohnnyManna. I also have a website, which is just johnnymanna.com, and through that website you can find my Spotify, Apple Music.
I'm on that website like every day, guys. I'm telling you, no, seriously. Once you find that link, you're gonna.
That's like your morning news, just scrolling my website that hasn't changed in 2 years.
It's one of those sites that you just keep going back to, and it's johnnymanna.com, right?
Yes, that's
okay.
Correct. And so as far as other things, one of the songs that we're going to be playing soon is actually coming out on January 20th, so I won't spoil it too much. But so I do have some more music in the works, and like you mentioned too, we are working on an album that I'm hoping to potentially have ready sometime in the spring or early summer. So hopefully there will be a decent amount of music coming out going into 2023.
I love it. Allison, what about you? Where can the people find you?
You can find me on like Instagram. I'm most active. Anyways, but all my socials, they're just at Allison Robbins, ALLISONROBINS.
Cool. And Pat, cut to me real quick. I want to do something really like YouTube-y. Not only do I want you to go follow at Patrick W. Huber on all socials, but I love when YouTubers do this. All the links are in the description. They did. It looks so much better when they do it. They like plan it out. But I'm sure Pat switched the graphics on.
Christian, I was hoping that you would do the moo, like for the cows in the chat room. Like, one of us has got to do it, right? Okay,
so
I'm so busy back here.
Pat makes movies, so go follow him. He's an amazing filmmaker, as well as the rest of our crew. All their links will be in the description. Shout out Rich Herzberg, Eric Greenop, Tom Paisano, Jason Staff, Kyle, and the rest of the guys, all for coming and contributing. We want to thank you so much. Johnny, what's this next first song of this next set. Tell us a little bit about it before you guys play it for us.
Yeah, so this next song, it's called We'll Find Love. I wrote it and recorded it while I was in San Diego, the same time where I wrote Making a Break. So the song was recorded in LA, actually. I drove up from San Diego to
Humble
LA
brag.
to record with with one of our good friends, Jeremy. Also, real quick, before I get into this next song, I did want to give a quick shout out. My little brother, Jeffrey Manna, just left for the Marines for basic training today. So he's in Albany right now, and then tomorrow he's getting sent to Paris Island. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to him. Very proud of him, for sure. So this next song is called We'll Find Love. Thank you. I think we will both find love. Maybe just not together, just not together. Feels so strange dreaming of the future if it's without you. Days long lost flashback, they beam in color, burn so true. Can you hear me? I loved you dearly. I wish we had been thinking clearly. And that whole time when you were mine, I never thought that we'd let go. Yeah, I think we will both find love. Maybe just not together, just not together. Yeah, darling, we will both find love. Maybe just not together, just not together. Oh yeah, I know us, and we'll find love. Maybe just not together, just not together. For a second, I wish things could just stop, so we could figure it out. Can you hear me? I spoke sincerely. Maybe we're not thinking clearly. I know we will both find love. Maybe just not together, just not together. Oh yeah, darling, we will both find love. Maybe just not together, just not together. Barely surviving, we stay quiet. Will we last through this great fire? Voices calling, God, they want you, but not the way I do. I think we'll find love, even if it's not together, just not together. Oh yeah, I know us, and we'll find love. Maybe just not together, just not together. Oh yeah, I think we will both find love. Maybe just not together, just not together. Oh yeah, darling, we will both find love. Maybe just not together, just not together. Yeah, not together. Yeah, not together. Thank you. Okay, so this next song is another original. It's the one that I mentioned before. It's called If I Run. I recorded it and wrote it when I was in Nashville, Tennessee over this past summer. And it's coming out on January 20th on all streaming services. So make sure you check that out if you end up liking this song. So the song is called If I Run, and very happy to have Allison Robbins being a part of it too.
I'm very honored to be a part of it.
Okay, here we go. You are the sounds of distant cars at night. Make me feel at home, remind me everything's alright. You are the places I will never go. Pleasantly I dream of you, you keep me full of hope. But if you break my heart, please do it gently. 'cause I don't know how many more of these are left in me. My heart, do it completely, 'cause it's been so long, but I'll be alright eventually. You are the books I'll always keep with me. So much that you taught me never will be far away. Oh, you are the words that I forget to say. Flooding back all unannounced much later in the day. So if you break my heart, please do it gently, 'cause I don't know how many more of these are left in me. My heart, do it completely. It has been so long, but I'll be alright eventually. You are my war's peace, you are my dry heat. You're the first snowfall that hits the ground in January. You are my landslide under a blue sky. You're the first nightfall that finally lets me rest my eyes. So if you break my heart, please do it gently, 'cause I don't know how many more of these are left in me. My heart, do it completely. It has been so long, but I'll be alright eventually. If you break my heart. Cool, thank you. So this last song is an original that I believe I put out late 2017, actually. So this is an oldie, according to at least my discography. This song is called Cabin. I originally had written it with Dylan Joseph, another very talented friend of mine, and another song that I'm very happy to have Allison Robbins accompany with at the show. So again, thank you so much for everyone in our band show. Thank you for Chris. Thank you to Pat. Thank you to the crew. Thank you for Tom that I can't see because he's not within my line of vision, but I'm sure he could hear me, and I'm sure that he is saying you're welcome right now. So this song is called Cabin. I hope you guys like it. It is released. It has a music video and all that stuff. I've been Johnny Manna, and this has been...
And I'm still Allison Robbins.
Yes. In case you were wondering, we are still who we were in the beginning of this live stream. This song is called Cabin. I always knew we'd end up here, lost in complicated mindsets. Because of me. Because of me.
You saw the hope when I saw fear. Now I've crumbled any progress. I've let you down.
It seems I'm selfish, right down to the bitter bone, distracting what you can see, trying to be your wish.
Oh, we're better off now.
Strange those 4 words come running out my mouth,
When here comes the reasons of why they won't help. Oh,
just 'cause I thought by now there might be something worth expecting from this devastating course of action. I'm going down too far when I back down from too many fights. It's all my fault, I know. I took a good thing and I ruined it. I traded what was worth it in pathetic attempts. I'm sorry, and I've been through it all before. She wrote down something later she couldn't read, was distracted by the sounds of internal screams, woke from a nightmare. and she'd guarantee, oh, the wait's too much to bear.
He fought for hours in the place where they'd hide when the thunder and lightning storms would light up the night.
Thought it was unfair and too dark to see.
Oh, leaving too much to
So
care.
whatever, let's not look back to September. It's holding you back.
Don't go trying to change me. Our star-crossed fate can't be saved, no.
It's just I thought by now there might be something worth expecting from this devastating course of action. I'm going down too far. When I back down from too many fights, it's all my fault, I know. I took a good thing and I ruined it. I traded what was worth it in pathetic attempts. I'm sorry. And I've been through it all before. If there's a single shred of reason you might not be telling me, just save us both the torture, 'cause it's better put down than suffering. Yeah, it's looking like we're not the same.
Incredible. I hate to break it to you, Johnny. You know, you said if you break my heart, do it gently. You broke my heart this evening, and you didn't do it gently.
Oof.
because I know we're at the end now, and that makes me so incredibly sad, because this has been such an absolute blast, such a honor to be doing this with so many talented individuals, both in front of the camera, Johnny and Allison, and of course our amazing crew behind the camera. We want to thank everyone who's tuned in and watched. We did start to get some cows in the chat. I absolutely love it. Moo to the crew. I want to shout out Poto Nar. Yeah, I think that's how you say that. Dropping cows. And we got Isaiah dropping cows. Oh, and Shadow Spark TV. Yeah, he's dropping cows. So thank you guys. Moo to the crew. That's absolutely right. We want to wish everyone an amazing holiday season, from our band show family to yours. Whatever you may celebrate, we hope it's absolutely wonderful and an incredible holiday season. We want to thank you all so much for being here. We really greatly appreciate it. This is a project of passion. It takes a lot of work. So when we're seeing the most amount of people we've ever seen in a live stream tune in and stay the whole time, it really does make us very happy, and we really do appreciate that. So with that said, guys, you can follow our band show at our band show on all socials, and of course like, subscribe, and you guys have been commenting, so thank you so much, because we are going to, in the new year, be bringing you an episode every month. We are live next month with the amazing What from New Paltz. That's right. Their band is called What. You should definitely go look them up. January 14th. And we have a whole slate booked out for you for the rest of the year. So if you like what we're doing here, if you came for Johnny, we hope that you'll stay, because we have so many incredible, talented musicians from the Hudson Valley lined up for you guys to hear. With that said, we want to thank you again so much for tuning in, for hanging out with us. I have been your host, at Christian Ivanko. Evanko. I make music, I make podcasts, and I will be on our band show all throughout next year with so many incredible, talented creators, both in front and behind the camera. This is the tough part, ending what is such a great time. Of course, all good things must come to an end. One last time, Johnny, Allison, thank you guys so very much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for
It's a lot of
having
fun.
us.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, is there any last parting words you want to leave the chat with this afternoon?
I hope everybody enjoyed.
I hope you enjoyed and have a happy holiday.
Yes. Happy
yes.
holidays.
Yes.
To all of the holidays out there.
Yes, there's more than one. Yes.
Definitely. Awesome, guys. Pat, thank you so much, man. It's been an absolute pleasure yet again doing this show, and it's I can't wait to do more.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Christian. Yes, everyone enjoy the holidays, the new year. Get all your R&R in, recharge your battery for whatever's next in life in the new year. Yeah, this has been a great show. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Allison. Yeah, it's like I have a lot of footage of me like bobbing my head now. So
Send me that. I want that.
you want that? Yeah, maybe the audience will get a tease of that. But yeah, really do appreciate it. This was a great show.
Yep. And guys, if you're still with us, don't go anywhere. Subscribe to this channel because, like I said, we have a whole slate of incredibly talented musicians lined up for you in the new year. This is only the beginning of what I think has been an absolute pleasure, dream come true of a project. So one final time in 2022, my name is Christian Evenko. This has been our band show. Go in peace and have a great rest of your evening. Thank you all so much for being here.